Hi, and welcome back to my Create a Life You Love series. And today I want to talk a little bit about the art of allowing. So, what do I mean by the art of allowing? Well, I taught and coached for 10 years on the law of attraction. The law of attraction, many of you know already, I'm sure you've all heard of it, but it very simply is an ancient spiritual universal law which says that you will attract into your life based on things and circumstances and people based on the energy that you embody, the energy that you put out. So, in the Bible they said, what you reap you shall sow. Lots of us talk about, putting out positive energy, and some people naturally are more positive than others. Some of us have to work on it, depending on the circumstances of our lives. But the way I taught the law of attraction was a very simple 3-step process. So step number 1 was ask. Get very clear about what it is that you want in your life, and get very clear. Just get very, very clear, because a lot of the time we focus on what we don't want. But that's for another video. Step number 2, as I teach it, is align. And what I mean by that is aligning your thoughts with the thing that you want. So, do you believe that it's possible for you? Do you believe that you deserve it? Just aligning, taking whatever action you actually can, whatever's within your power to allow that to come to you. Aligning your emotions about that. So if you want a new job that's deeply fulfilling and at the moment you're deeply unfulfilled, then you need to find a way of actually experiencing the emotion of fulfillment, even if it's not in your job. It might be within your relationship, and then recognizing, won't it be great when I feel like this all the time? But that's another video. And step 3, which I want to talk about today, is allowing. And this, for most people, is the most difficult one, because we've been raised to believe that we have to make things happen. And a lot of personal development work that's out there at the moment, a lot of teachers, it's all about making it happen. You can make anything happen you want in your life. You can create whatever you want. Now, I fundamentally believe that you can create whatever you want in your life. You can create heaven or hell in your life if you want to, based on your thoughts and your beliefs and the choices that you make. But for many, many years, I tried to make things happen. And they didn't happen, and I would then get very frustrated and pissed off and despondent and disillusioned by the fact that things weren't working the way I wanted them to. And then I realized that old paradigm of going out there and making things happen, creating, doing it, is all about you doing it all yourself. It's very ego-led, so it's all about you and what you think you can do. And it takes quite a lot of hard work. And I see this a lot with self-employed people who, are really trying to make their business successful. Now, I did that for years and years and years, decades of my life, and I found it quite exhausting. And then I started working a little bit with the concept of allowing. And what that requires me or you to drop into your feminine energy. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a guy watching this, you still have feminine energy. Where the old making things happen was coming from the masculine energy, going out there and doing it. The feminine is about getting very clear about what you want, aligning your thoughts, your emotions, taking whatever little bits of action gently, effortless action you can take, and then allowing the universe to bring to you, to co-create with you that which you desire. And it requires us to be receptive. And what I mean by receptive is not just receptive to it coming to you, to the thing, to the new lover, to the new job, to the new home in France, whatever it is that you want to coming to you. It's actually about being receptive to the thoughts, to the inspiration. So, for example, I have a lot of space in my life. I've created a lot of space. I meditate. I have a lot of stillness. And that's when I am receptive to new ideas, to, okay, what's the next step? What's the next obvious step that I can take, or the next idea that needs to come to me? If my life is incredibly busy and I'm doing all the time, I can't be receptive. And so I just wanted to share that with you, that, you might be doing a lot, you might be trying to make things happen in your life, but I would strongly urge that you actually do less and be more. Just be still more often. Be receptive to the guidance that will come to you through your own intuition, through whatever it is that you believe in that is bigger and greater than you. For some of you it might be angels, for some of you it might be spirit guides, for some of you it might be God, for some of you it might be the universe. Whatever it is that speaks to you, that gentle voice which nudges you to do something that feels completely insane. So for me at the moment, it's putting the house on the market. We've just put the house on the market officially this week, because my desire, the thing that I'm asking for, is to start a new life in France. I've aligned my thoughts and my beliefs that is possible. I've worked through any fear, well, most of the fear that I have about it. There's still a little bit comes up every so often, but that's a work in progress. So, and I'm aligning my emotions with the feeling of expansion and warmth and freedom, which I'm really looking forward to in France. And then I'm allowing the guidance to come to me in my quiet times. Quite often for me it's in nature, like today I'm out walking the dogs, and who knows what little nuggets of inspiration are going to come through. And then the final thing that I just want to mention to you is the idea of timing. A lot of people teach the law of attraction, that you work out what it is that you want and you tell the universe when you want it by. Personally, for me, that has never worked. It just doesn't work, because there's this whole concept, this whole aspect of divine timing. Things happening when they're meant to, when the circumstances are right, when the conditions are right. And I've just, incidentally, as I was started to talk, walked around the corner to discover this. I'm not sure if you can completely see it, but there is the bluebells are just starting to come through in this beautiful forest. The leaves on the trees, if I can go up, some of the trees are just starting to come out, and the leaves, greenery is coming through after the winter, and the bluebells are just about to pop, I would say, in the next few days. By this time next week, this will just be a mass of beautiful bluebells. You can force that. A lot of gardeners do force it. The gardening companies, people that grow the flowers that we buy in the shops, a lot of those are forced in unnatural conditions. But what I notice is when I buy flowers that are forced to grow quicker than they're meant to, or forced to grow at a time that they're not meant to, they have no scent. They just don't smell the same. Whereas when things grow naturally and happen just the way they're meant to, as they do in nature, then they smell a lot more beautiful. So my advice is, get into receptive mode, decide what you want, work out what you want, and then get into receptive mode. Make some space in your life, make some peace, even if it is just 5 minutes a day of stillness, 10 minutes, whatever you can manage. Get out into nature, sit and light a candle, whatever it is for you to create that stillness. Have a bubble bath, whatever, and switch everything off and allow the inspiration and allow the guidance. And when you live that way, as I have been living for several years now, it all becomes pretty effortless, pretty easy, and pretty magical. Enjoy.